Okay, this is one of my favorite little toys that I got. When our sprinkler system, the original one that came with the house, broke, I wanted to get one of these wireless types Wi-Fi sprinkler timers that I could program from the phone and turn on the zones whenever I feel like it instead of having to deal with the wired one that you're stuck with their programming. So this Beehive one, it's 8 zone or 8 station sprinkler timer. It costs $74 right now at Home Depot. I don't think I paid that much. I probably paid like 50 or something at one point. So, but it's still, even though it's more expensive, it's a good deal. It's really easy to set up. It takes you probably less than an hour to set up. And that's like if you're having trouble pulling wires out of the old one, but it doesn't take that long. So after you set it up, you have to connect it to the Beehive software, which is pretty easy to do. It's just like everything else that you set up. But you could actually set up different watering times. Like I put AM, PM. I have a special one there, and you could keep adding. Looks like 4 programming slots. So you could probably water 4 times a day. So there you have the actual slots that you could program. If you click on one of them and you could edit it, it'll tell you which zones in that schedule for that time will be watered. And they start out at the top and then work their way down. So you do 2 minutes, like I have, for example, 2 minutes, then 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, or whatever. You could set up whatever you want. You could say the times of the day, the odd or even, intervals. You could set it up so that it figures out somehow that how much water you have in your grass. It also can connect via like your zip code and determine if it's going to rain, and then it won't water that day. I actually disabled that because I don't believe in any of that AI stuff working properly. If you want to keep it enabled, you could actually set it up to a zip code that say never rains, like someplace out in the desert or something, and then it will just ignore that feature. I don't think you can turn that feature off. You have to pretty much do 100% to 10%. I just don't use that feature. I don't like the AI portion of any of these things. And then you have your zones. And in the zones, you could actually set off a quick run if you want, or you could shut it off at the same time here. But you could move this to whatever you want to run it. It takes the base number that it gives you 5 minutes, and then you could adjust it. You could make it like 2 minutes, 30. It's pretty easy to do. But this thing's been really good. It hasn't screwed up at all. See, I have smart watering off, which means it's not going to look at my zip code and determine if it's going to rain or not. If you don't want it to, as I said, you could change the zip code. You don't have to use your own zip code if you don't want. You could take a zip code of a place that doesn't rain all that much if you want to still use the smart watering. But in my area, it always says it's going to rain every day, so it's kind of useless. And it doesn't rain every day, so that's about it. You could set up a calendar. See, it tells you advance warning what it's going to look like for the next in a schedule, where if it's going to rain or not. It uses those features to do the smart programming. That's why, look, it says it's going to rain just about every day, and it's not going to rain every day. So, but yeah, this device has been pretty good. I've had it for over a year. It hasn't broken or anything. It hasn't disconnected. The Wi-Fi is pretty good. I think it only connects to one Wi-Fi, like 2.4. It won't connect to it the other type of Wi-Fi. Let me look at it really quick here. Yeah. It'll connect to your Wi-Fi system though. Doesn't have wired connection, so you have to depend on the Wi-Fi. But yeah, yeah, it will only connect to 2.4 gigahertz on your Wi-Fi. It doesn't see the 5 gigahertz for some reason. I guess that's the way they designed it. It works with Alexa and Google devices as well, so you could actually control it with Alexa or Google. I don't have either device. I just use their app. And it also looks like it has a pump valve terminal, so you can control, like, if you have like a well, you can control the well. That's pretty cool. So works really well though.